This is air traffic control. We got Alycia Parks blasting rockets in France. And we're going to get to that in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. But first, bonjour, comment allez-vous, all my French men and women on the check-in as Ocean Dodden taking on Belinda Bencic. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. As always, this video is brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use, the Fair Dealing, and the Digital Millennium Act. I've always told you about Belinda, one of the classiest players on tour, one of the best post-match classy interviews you are going to get. The world's former ranked number 4. She's swelled up in ranking. We know that. She had the baby. Congratulations. And she's back. One of the best baseliners in the business. I've said this for a while now. 9 titles on the main tour. Trying to get a spot into the semifinal. Her first semifinal appearance since coming back. Looking good against a hometown favorite. Ocean Dodden, one of the best servers around. But Belinda would put up 8 aces in this match. She would win 81% of her first serves, 40% of Ocean's first serves, and 80% of her second serves. Perfect on breakpoint opportunities, 5 for 5, and Belinda is through to the semifinals. Now, what about AP in the building? Alycia Parks, a.k.a. Alicia Rockets, taking on Victoria Jimenez, who made my top teen prospects list. Someone you want to watch out for. In case you're not familiar with Victoria, I told you this in the past, guys. The youngest to win a slam. That's right. She won the 2020 Australian Open Junior title. The youngest to win a slam at age 15 years old since Corey Coco Gauff did it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. At the French Open in 2018. Coco did it. She was the youngest to do it at the time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not at the time, but she's one of the youngest to ever do it. And Victoria's the youngest to do it since Coco. A solid junior career. We know that. She's here after taking out Elsa Jackmont, who's got a powerful serve. How would she do against big game Alycia Parks? The first set would go to a tiebreak. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I talked about Alycia Parks and her struggles with the serve. And I'm telling you, if she starts using a lot more situational serving, sometimes, look, if the ace isn't there, just let it go. That second serve's got to be strategic. She's going to win a lot more service games. She's going to hold a lot more. And then as she's winning more, she's going to find that rhythm, that momentum, and then the aces are going to come. That's exactly what happened in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when you're taking on a left-handed opponent in your right hand, it's awkward because you have rockets coming from the opposite side. What I thought Alycia Parks did well in this match, normally you want to attack the back foot of your opponent, but when you're facing someone that's opposite-handed, like a lefty and you're a righty, sometimes you can find advantages in attacking the lead foot, and that's exactly what Alycia Parks did in this match. Too much power, and you would see Victoria Jimenez, the world's former junior number 1, a solid tennis player. I've told you guys, she's on my junior prospects list. I mean, she had like 8 girls ITF titles. Like, I think she's got 4 or 5 women's ITF championships. She's solid, but Alycia Parks is too strong. She's too powerful. When she's playing strategic, she's going to be a problem to deal with because no one can return her power. And Victoria saw today, this is Alicia just attacking the lead foot of Jimenez. Now, she's left-handed, right? You see that. She's left-handed. Struggling there with the lead foot. Alycia Parks just destroying Victoria. The first set went to a tiebreaker. It was very close. But in the second set, Alycia Parks would pull away. She would get the break. And she served well today. 8 aces. She did have 8 double faults, but she won 72% of her first serves. 3 for 8 on breakpoint opportunities. And I just felt the situational serving, jamming the body of Victoria, very solid. And I feel if Alycia Parks starts serving situationally, reading her opponent, and playing based on the score to her advantage, she's going to be a problem because her aces are going to reduce, but she's going to get a lot more wins. And once she starts getting those wins and that confidence, I do feel she's going to win a lot more championships, go deeper in these Grand Slam draws, and be knocking on the door to win one of these Grand Slam titles. We saw last year, the round of 32 at the Australian Open, that blockbuster match with Coco Gauff. We need and we want to see Alycia Parks in these big-time matches. She's a big-time personality. The biggest personalities on this channel, we all know. This is a Coco channel. People like Coco. And for the people that have been here for a long time following Coco, you guys remember when things weren't so peachy for Coco. Yes, she was still doing well for her age, still putting up big numbers. But you guys remember when things weren't going so well, we had those long talks and those hard videos on how she can improve. And you guys have stuck by. And now look at Coco. The same with Alycia Parks. You guys have stuck by Alycia Parks. You come to the channel, you support her. She's an amazing talent. And she is through to the semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. The former champion here in 22, where we saw her take the draw by storm. That's right. She won the championship by beating Friedsom, but along the way, she took out Jessica Ponte. She took out Marketa Vondrousova, a former junior slam champion, former junior slam #1 ranked player, Wimbledon champion, an amazing talent, another crafty lefty. She took out Zhang Shui, who she would end up winning the doubles championship with Zhang Shui as well. Singles and doubles champion. Alycia Parks here in Angers, France. She's got an opportunity to win it again. Who's she going to take on next in the semifinal? Barthel. That's right, guys. Former top 30 player. A solid clay player. We saw her win at, 3 or 4 championships on the main tour. She took out Clara Buell to get there. En route there. Barthel's a solid player. I mainly know Barthel's being a really good clay player, but she's solid on hard. She's a veteran. That's going to be a tough match for Alycia Parks, but if she can make another appearance here in Angers, France, it might be against Belinda Bencic, and I'm going to tell you guys, that's going to be a tough matchup. The ladies shake hands at the net. AP is through in the building. She's off to sign autographs and take pictures. Tennis in a minute. Get your popcorn, folks. More tennis coverage. Iga Swiatek, still the topic of discussion. What do you guys think? Nick Kyrgios voiced his opinion. He thinks it's setting the wrong example for these future players that are coming up, that it's okay to use steroids, that it's okay to dope. Nick Kyrgios is not, he's not believing Iga Swiatek. He does not believe Iga. And as someone that's in the business, it's eye-opening. And we're seeing a lot of other players come forward and give their stories and their thoughts and their opinions. And a lot of players don't believe Iga Swiatek. They think that she was using and she found a way around it. I don't know. This could be complicated, sophisticated stuff here. But a lot of players feel she was using. Just her performance, a lot of people, they're not buying it. Too fast, too soon, out of the blue. And as for me, someone that's watched tennis and I've watched Iga Swiatek, I was puzzled by it. It was because she had her game, she was a solid player. She's a top 10 player. She did win the French Open unseeded, but she was a solid player, but primarily on clay. To see her dominate like that on hard and win a lot of those hard 1000s and 500s in the U.S. Open, and, it was puzzling to me because I saw flaws in her game, not to the point where she would set the record for bagels and breadsticks. Unbelievable. What do you guys think? Comment below. But Alycia Parks is through. That's a big story here in Angers, France. We'll be right back.